Now let's Laura bring Gus Chenek's death against me. I've just signed the statement that I gave to Sergeant Goddard.
Well, I haven't time to talk now, sir.
What?
I have to catch a plane to Los Angeles. Lawrence called.
Lawrence?
Well, you know, sir, the private detective we hired to check into Stella Chernak's past.
Oh, has that bloodhound finally come up with something?
Well, he thinks he's got a hot lead.
What kind of a hot lead?
He didn't say exactly, sir, but he did ask me to come to California, and he did say this could blow Stella Chernak right out of the courtroom.
I hope he's right.
Goodbye, sir.
Come in a minute?
Sure. Suit yourself.
Do you remember me?
Yeah, you're Allison's grandfather. What can I do for you, Mr. Carson?
Well, doctors spend so much time preparing patients for going home, but I think that it's the relatives that need preparing.
What do you mean? How to handle her? To make her comfortable?
Well, it's more than just body comfort. We've got to know what to say to Allison and what not to say, so that she won't think we're feeling sorry for her.
Look, that's not my area, Mr. Carson. Ask Dr. Rossi.
Oh, sorry. But look here. Well, I did want to get some facts.
Do you mind if I straighten up?
Always fun to watch the other fellow working.
What do you want to know?
Well, when Allison comes home, will she just have a cane, or will she have the wheelchair, too?
Well, if she tires easily, the chair will help some.
Well, I was wondering if I could make some kind of a gadget to help her get around the house better.
Well, this is what we use for getting up and down stairs.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I see. Sure, I could make something like that. Of course, if she'd stay downstairs, it'd be a lot easier. But no. No, she'll want to be in her own room with her own things.
Well, whatever you folks think best.
Well, what about exercise equipment?
Nothing special. Look, when Allison leaves, I'll give her a chart of exercises.
Well, she'll be coming back here, won't she? For more treatment.
Oh, yeah. She'll be coming back.
Well, thank you, Mr. Gehring. Thank you for taking so much time.
No trouble.
You know, sometimes a grandfather has to look around for ways to be useful.
Mr. Carson, she's gonna be okay. She'll make it.
Thank you.
Allison, dear, we just talked with Dr. Rossi. He told us everything.
Honey, please, we'll work it out. Allison, please, talk to us. Don't shut us out. We want to help.
Let's go.
No.
Goodbye. Don't slam the door.
Oh, Allison, we have to talk to you.
I left word I didn't want to see you, and I meant it.
Oh, please, honey, listen. Just listen to us.
Did you ever notice the cracks on the ceiling? Funny designs they make. Somebody ought to do a report and call it Elephants I Have Seen on Ceilings. Or better yet, cracks in the personalities of those strangers called parents. They look perfect. But the closer you get, you see the cracks. You see that they're liars, hypocrites, cheaters, pretenders.
Anything else?
I think I'd like to talk to my mother. Alone.
Go ahead.
I think I'll stay.
This doesn't concern you.
I'll be the judge of that.
What do you want to ask me, Allison?
Just wanted to thank you very much for all the games you've been playing.
What games?
You coming in here every day, letting him hang around. Why didn't you tell me the truth?
You were a very sick girl. I didn't want to upset you.
I don't mean just now. All my life you've been playing games. Mr. Mackenzie, my father, with his picture always on the mantel. That was the biggest game of all, wasn't it? My brave, wonderful war hero father.
Allison, if only you could have said these things to me the night before Elliot and I were married. It could have cleared the air. This should never have gone this far.
Nothing can clear the air between us.
I want you to show your mother the respect she deserves.
I am showing her the respect she deserves.
I'm at the point right now that I don't care how you take this, but it had better stop, and right now. Poor, sick, weak Allison, begging for pity. Not really wanting or even trying to get better and making the rest of us tiptoe around her feelings.
Elliot, please.
Yes, Constance, yes.
You're angry at me.
How about that now? You're darn right I am. You defined your parents. Well, now I'm going to give you a definition of a daughter. Spoiled, selfish, willful, self-pitying, so concerned with herself that she can't for one moment see the anguish that she causes other people.
I don't have to listen to this.
I'm afraid you do.
You see, you only knew me as poor Mr. Carson, just out of the penitentiary for crime I didn't commit. The sympathy and the righteousness just oozed out of every pore. When we met on the streets or when we saw each other in the library, we had long, warm, understanding conversations with one another. And you were all heart then, Allison Mackenzie.
Mother, make him stop it!
Then suddenly you realized you were Allison Carson. And it's an interesting side note that you never once referred to yourself as Allison Carson. And suddenly, this nice ex-con was turning into a real criminal, a father.
I wish you hadn't. I wish you'd never come back here.
Allison, have you any idea what this has done to your father? Having you shut him out?
I don't care.
Now, Miss Mackenzie is accusing us of playing games. But you never accepted me as part of this household, never for a moment. You pretended you did, of course. You pretended very well. But you wanted Mommy all to yourself, and you couldn't bear the thought of having to share her with her husband.
Stop it!
Why, what's the matter? You said you didn't like our game playing. Well, this isn't a game, Allison. This is for real. A real, ordinary, garden variety family fight. And if the rest of us hadn't tried so hard just to keep from treading on each other's toes, if we'd only been a little bit more honest with one another, maybe none of this would have happened.
Your father's right. You were afraid of hurting my feelings. I was afraid of hurting yours. He was afraid for both of us. So we all let the resentment build.
And you think I can just shut it off?
Well, you'll have to try, Allison.
You have to try, Allison.
Mother, why did you lie to me all those years? Why did you have to put the picture on the mantel? Why did you have to be the pious widow Mackenzie? Was it because you were afraid that the town might know you did something bad? Was that it? Who are you protecting? Me or yourself?
Both of us, I think.
All right, then. Let me just ask you one more thing. If you'd really felt that my father was not a murderer, that he would get out of prison and prove he was innocent, if you'd known that deep in your heart, would you still have lied to me?
Allison,
Don't say anything. Just please get out. Out! Get out of my room!
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
We didn't want to be married anyway.
did you?
I knew I wanted you. Maybe that's all it was.
We had an agreement. For the duration of Rodney's trial, there was to be no interference. That was one of your typical attempts to bribe your way into his confidence. There were no strings attached. There were strings and a hook.